How's it going, everybody? Havok here, but do another read and react video. And check out this shirt that my friend gave me, or cousin gave me. I'm gonna give it back to you someday, I promise. Alright, anyways, like I said, I keep my promises, and I'm doing the first part of that vinyl Clopfic that one kid wanted me to do. So, here's the story, A Night to Remember. Before I read this though, I would like to say I'm very, very happy right now. I know it wasn't gonna do anything bad, but I'm happy that Master Max 888 and Isa are both okay after that incident that happened a few weeks ago. So yeah, and I knew nothing bad was gonna happen, but it's an accident. It was a car accident, so things kind of happen in the hospital and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, I know you guys don't want me to talk about this stuff, but I'm happy they're gonna be back, and there'll be more videos and stuff, and be more stuff you can do. So subscribe to Master Max 888. And subscribe to Isa Tube right there. And stuff like that. Anyways, on to the story. A Night to Remember. Trying to warp his mind around everything that was going on might have been a little easier. If not for the headache everywhere he looked. More lights flashed, more speakers blasted. More ponies danced wildly to the oppressively loud music. Dusk couldn't see why any pony would call this a party. Every pony he had been Dusk is the OC, I'm guessing. Every pony he had been to was a formal affair with suits and classy orchestral music. This was completely different. Dusk had managed to sneak his way into a little corner near the entrance, as far away from the stage and the dancing ponies as possible. The entire place seemed unpleasantly dark, with the only light coming from the stage, the seizure-inducing strobe lights, and some lasers. His stupid friends had told him it was going to be a fun time. But there was nothing fun about this. Nearby one pony was chugging beer and shouting incoherent nonsense, while two other feverishly made out with each other. Okay, sounds like a bar. Or, yeah, it sounds like a club, actually. Okay, it was making Dusk more than a little uncomfortable. The only good thing that Dusk could even think of was the music. Despite its volume, it wasn't the best thing he'd ever heard. But it was good nonetheless. He never would have thought he could enjoy techno. Okay. A brown earth pony DJ was up on stage as the turntables picking out the tracks as the party-goers danced. Dusk decided to just sit back, enjoy the music, and not get himself killed by stepping onto the dance floor. He had a good view from the corner and he could see that it was a pretty large building. He appeared to have 2 stories. The staircase was right beside Dusk, and every so often a couple would walk by him and go up the stairs to do obvious things. Okay. The entire first floor was one room, one huge, loud, insane room. The entire first floor was one room, period. One huge, loud, insane room with a high ceiling and an uncountable number of speakers. The Dark Stallion couldn't remember what the club was even called. And this was just one of the dozens throughout Manhattan. Okay, so now we have the setting. We already know what the plot is, because judging this is a Clopfic, so... Every so often, Dusk could spot one of his friends on the dance floor, looking as much like a lunatic as anyone else. After a few minutes, when the music had changed to what sounded like drum and bass, one of the Dusk's friends came galloping up to him, a dopey smile on his face. It was Trek. Dusk's tan unicorn companion. "Hey, Dusky," he called, raising his voice over the music. "What you doing here? What you doing here by yourself?" Nothing, I guess. Dusk replied with a sheepish smile. "You should totally come out to the floor with us," Trick exclaimed, grinning. "You won't believe how fine some of these mares are." Dusk had to admit, he had a point, although the mares here seemed a little out of his league. "Well, I might join you guys a little later, maybe." "Don't take too long, numbnuts. DJ Pony will be out here in a minute. That's when shit really heats up." "DJ Pony?" Dusk asked. Trek gave him an incredulous look before smiling deviously. "Yeah, man, DJ Pony. When she gets out here, it's gonna melt your fucking face off." Dusk winced. "Well, I'll be sure to keep that in mind." Okay, basically with these voices, I'm not even trying at all, but I'm also trying to get a little hype voice and a little, trying to get a little hype, my hype voice, kinda, for Trek, and for Dusk, it's just me being, a lonely guy in a place just like where he is right now. So, yeah, just letting you guys know. So, alright, here's Trek's part right now. "Alright, Dusk. I'll see you around," Dusk said before turning and trotting back into the crowd. Dusk wasn't really sure how he had made friends with ponies like Trek. Although Trek wasn't usually like this. He must have been drunk or something. Or maybe just really excited. The music continued to blast for the next 4 or 5 minutes, until finally it grew a little quieter. Dot. The ponies on the dance floor began grabbing drinks and talking with each other, and the DJ, sweating and exhausted, trotting from the turntables, leaving a generic song playing. It sounds like most clubs and stuff like that, because you can't just keep it completely quiet and have people talking around, because otherwise it's just a place for nothing. Kind of like playing video games. You can't have video games without music unless you're playing the Atari 2600. If you're playing the Atari 2600, you're just going to retro build, like I do every once in a while. He walked off to the side and grabbed an ice cold bottle of something and started chatting with some of the other ponies standing around. The lights calmed down, as did all the partygoers. The stage was empty, but only for a little while. The lights began to dim, except those around the stage, and the entire room was soon soaked in shadows again. The strobe started as The strobe started, as did the lasers, and all the ponies around the room turned their attention to the stage. His interest picked Dusk tentatively, trotted a little further into the room into the room to get a better look. The noise in the room, which was comprised only of talking a few moments ago, began rising, and the music increased in volume, and in a flash, every pony was cheering. Before he could even wonder why, Dusk saw her. A gray unicorn with a cocky smile on her face sauntered up onto the stage and over to the turntables. The roar of the crowd was deafening. Was deafening. You know, like killing your eardrums and stuff. She had electric blue hair and was wearing a pair of flashy sunglasses. Yes, we know what vinyl looks like. This, Dusk presumed, was DJ Pony. Something about her was captivating. The sheer confidence she displayed was amazing. Dusk was embarrassed enough just being here. Well, yeah, you're a classy type of guy, so. He couldn't imagine how nerve-wracking, okay, I'm recording 11 minutes, nerve-wracking it would be to go up on the stage as the sound of the crowd died. Another sound started in its place from the speakers. Music began to play. This wasn't like before. The drum reverberated through Dusk's entire body, making him shudder as the beat set in and the music blasted. The crowd went crazier than ever. For the first time, Dusk almost felt like joining them. The noise of the ponies were drowned out completely. And Dusk could only hear can only feel the music as he stared at, okay, I cannot read this last sentence, god damn it. Dusk could only feel the music as he stared at DJ Pony. That took me a whole minute just to read that one sentence, god damn it. Her movements were so fluid, her smile so real. She was in love with the music, and Dusk could feel her love pouring through the speakers around him. His body was moving mechanically, and he found himself inching further into the room, ever closer to the stage. Every step he had made was in sync with this rhythm, but Dusk didn't even notice. He could feel nothing but the music and see nothing but her. He came to a stop not too far from the stage and let himself completely go. It was like being in another world entirely, but he could still feel like her presence. He could still feel her presence. Whatever dreams. Okay, hold on. Whatever dream he was living in, she was the architect. Time lost its meaning. Dusk normally would have felt very self-conscious, standing in a crowd like this. But none of that mattered. What had probably been hours passed by in minutes, maybe even seconds. There was a sudden transition. The music came to as Trek would say it, face melting. Finale before quieting down. A sweaty, smiling DJ Pony stepping off the stage and trotting off to the side to get a drink. The lights went up and some generic music started playing. Every pony cheered. Dusk's mind had difficulty adjusting to reality. It was noisy still, but mostly from the talking. Some ponies had stepped outside into the night to get some air. Others got drinks, others left. But most stood around chatting, waiting for the intermission to end. Some ponies fawned over DJ Pony, but after a while she stood alone by the drinks, sipping down hearty amounts of whiskey. Of course. The crowd was a little smaller now, making dusk more comfortable, and the lights dimmed slightly. Some ponies started dancing again, and before long the Earth Pony DJ from before had gotten back up on stage. Are clubs 24 hours? No. That's the stupidest question. Why did I even ask that? And began playing checks. It wasn't nearly as loud as before, but was a nice, easy to deal with volume. DJ Pony swayed slightly, obviously drinking more than she should. Dusk unconsciously moved his way over to her because she's drunk. That's not part of the story. I just add that because, it seems pretty obvious. Before he knew it, Dusk was standing only a few feet beside her, and instantly grew shyer than usual. She was so beautiful. Her laid-back pose, her curvy body, and that ever-present genuine smile. Taking another sip from her drink, DJ Pony turned at him and grinned, causing Dusk to flush. Fuck, my computer froze for a bit. Okay, since it froze and right now it's loading, maybe, unless I probably killed it. Okay, yeah, I killed it. It just went straight to blue screen. I didn't need to turn it off. Well, I guess there's only like 2 minutes left in the video. What I'm gonna say right now, even though it's just the first part, according to the scrolling bar, I'm already like a quarter away from the damn thing. What I'm guessing is that the music made Dusk lost his mind a bit, and now he's not calm. He's now more of a outgoing person, kinda. He's still a little shy, but he's just being himself in a way. He's being his inner self. And about the clopping part, I'm guessing Vinyl's gonna get too drunk, and maybe he is too. Maybe like Vinyl's gonna like buy him a drink or something, and they're both gonna have being drunk, kind of like the Rainbow Dash and Soren story, except the only difference is that Soren was still a little sober. But yeah. I don't know. This story so far. Okay, my shit just opened up. So far, the story is actually keeping up with the plot. What the fuck is it called? Plot diagram kind of bullshit that you should be able to learn like middle school and stuff like that. I think they still do it in high school. Okay, I'm doing it now, which is okay. Yeah, so far it looks like it's now getting to the rising action after that whole bullshit about new DJs coming in, describing what every pony is doing, describing what he is doing, describing what Vinyl and the DJs are doing. That's like the beginning or the exposition, and now it's hitting straight to the rising action. except my computer froze right at the very end of the exposition. So what I saw on there was just a bunch of quotes. So I'm guessing it's a conversation between Dusk and Vinyl, which is pretty much where the Rising Action is going to hit. So in part 2, here comes some Rising Action. So y'all, please like, comment, subscribe, comment what I should play, comment what I should do, comment what I should read. I might do another series, except maybe not on this channel. Okay, yeah. I'm going to do another series on this channel, and if it gets more popular than my stuff, it'll have its own channel. Except this series is not going to feature me in it. It's going to feature another person. And you guys will be able to see it pretty soon. Anyways, see y'all till next time. And Turka!